Welcome to Moments in Time and Space, a microfiction podcast, bringing you tales of horror and suspense with your host, Aaron Maracle. Hello everyone. Comics have taught us that superheroes are champions of justice. They use their powers to protect the innocent and fight crime while expecting nothing in return. One petty thief is about to have a chance encounter with a superhero and find out something the comics don't teach. Clark raced out of the variety store clutching a sack of money and fled up the street. He heard the shouts of the shopkeeper behind him as he made off with his ill-gotten loot. The lights of the street lamps lit his way as he fled deeper into the night. A few more minutes, and he'd be far enough away that the odds of the cops catching him would be slim to none. As the thief turned down a dark alley to continue his flight, Clark felt a pair of slender but powerful arms wrap around him from behind. Before he could react, the arm slid under his armpits and lifted him off the ground. Clark found himself being carried into the sky. He looked up and saw that he was in the arms of a sleek female dressed in a tight red and gold spandex suit. A half-mask covered her face, and her thin lips carried a small smile. "Scarlet Strike," Clark exclaimed. "Nice to meet a fan," Scarlet Strike replied. "Why you gotta be harassing someone like me? I'm just a small fish." "Size does not matter. I've taken a vow to protect the city from all crime." Clark sulked as Scarlet Strike carried him higher into the sky. He was already on parole, and this little mishap was going to send him back to jail for sure. As much as the idea of going back to county lockup sucked, there was a bright side to all this. Clark would have a warm cell and get 3 square meals a day, plus have lots of time to read. Scarlet Strike streaked through the sky, and Clark could feel the cold wind slamming into his body. He tried to pull his coat shut, but failed because his arms were trapped by the superhero's embrace. As they flew through the night sky, Clark noticed that the lights of the city were thinning out, and it looked like they were headed away from the downtown core where the police station was. Perplexed, Clark scanned the ground for signs of any familiar landmarks, but it was impossible to make out anything this high up. "Where are we going?" Clark asked. Scarlet Strike ignored Clark's question. "Do you know how I got my powers?" "Huh?" "I asked if you knew how I got my powers." The paper said you got hit by strange lightning or something like that." "They do say that, don't they? Well, that is not how I got my powers." The city lights had completely vanished, and Clark had no idea where they were now. He tightened his grip on Scarlet Strike's arms as she flew on. "Why are we leaving the city?" Clark asked. "Shouldn't you be taking me to the police station?" Scarlet Strike soared higher yet in the sky. "You see, when I was a young research student, I was obsessed with lost ancient civilizations. One night, I stumbled across an old manuscript buried in the back room of the university library. It spoke of beings who dwelt in a place beyond the realm of the normal. These beings had the ability to grant mortals powers beyond their dreams. They only wanted one thing in return." "I'm ready to go to the police station now," Clark said, trying to keep the fear out of his voice. Scarlet Strike stopped ascending and hovered. She put her face next to Clark's left cheek, and he felt her warm breath against his ear. "They want a sacrifice," Scarlet Strike whispered. "Are you scared?" "Yes," Clark said in a trembling voice. "Put me down." "Absolutely." Scarlet Strike released her grip on Clark and watched the thief flail as he plummeted towards the ground. She heard his scream slowly fade as it became a distant dot before vanishing from view. After a few moments, a burning sensation coursed through her entire body, followed by a surge of adrenaline. Scarlet Strike closed her eyes and savored the feeling. The Dark Ones were satisfied with her gift, and they would allow her to keep her powers for another cycle of the moon. Never meet your heroes. Thank you for listening. If you like what you heard, please subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. You can also follow me on Twitter at Moments in TAS. Feel free to recommend this podcast to others and help it grow. The opening and closing theme is Creepy Night by Daniel Carlton. Until next time, be safe, be smart, and be well. See you soon.